Right, and then as well, to me, he spoke about the knowing of the sin. So he came, and now since he came, he spoke, and they have no excuse now, right? They have no excuse for their sin because no person on this planet has an excuse for their sin anymore. Okay, because Jesus explained. He explained everything, and yeah, well, they still hated him. They have no excuse, but they still hated him, and hated him without a cause. So, but for them, they will get the helper, understand to be the Spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit, and then they will bear witness. Why? Because he was with them. I mean, understand, they were with him from the beginning. Okay, so this is like the part in Matthew where Jesus said, go in the world and make disciples. I'm just gonna kind of maybe lift this up and show you this beauty. It's kind of beautiful here. Well, I mean, it is beautiful. It's whatever. Anyhow, so to just get back to today, in Matthew, where it's stated about being witnesses. Okay, so here as well, Jesus saying, you also will bear witness to me. Why? Because they were with him from the beginning, because they know, because they will get the Spirit, because that is what this is a task Jesus gave them. Remember, he spoke about the words and the words that they need to keep, the words that he gave to them. In this chapter, he spoke about that as well. The words that he gave to them, they need to keep it. They need to keep his words, and if they don't, do they really love them? And so, what are they supposed to do? They need to be witnesses to Jesus. And this as well explains, or ought to, for the regional readers like the high priest and all those people, explain the fact that, why these people can't keep quiet. Because Jesus told them to not keep quiet. Jesus told them what will happen to them. They will be persecuted, but that doesn't stop them from being witnesses, right? It's so different for us. We are afraid to suffer for Christ, and so when the world tells us to stay quiet, we just stay quiet. Okay, when the world tells us, oh, it's covered, close your churches, we just say, oh, great world, we will do, and we'll close our churches. You can keep open your casinos and everything else, but we will close our churches, okay, because it's not that important, right? I mean, gee whiz, what the heck? And I've said in some of my other lessons already before, I will never understand what the church was thinking about during the COVID time. But anyhow, I know you're supposed to, there was this big debate about listening to authorities and all those kinds of things, right? But when the authority goes against and closes the church, and you can't follow the authority, no way, sorry for that. And so this explains why, it would explain to the original readers why, or original recipients, why the John and Peter, when they were like told, keep quiet, or you'll be kicked out, or you'll be put in prison, or you'll be stoned, or you whatever. Or people like Stephen went through with his stoning. I mean, he died a martyr's death. Why? They were willing for that. Why people through the ages were willing for that? Because they could not keep quiet. Why so many people were burned on stakes? Even, I have French Huguenots in my line, okay, who fled from the Roman Catholics in France because of their faith, ultimately, because they were bearing witness to the truth. So, I think as a church today, we're not really bearing witness to the truth anymore. We keep quiet, and therefore these scholars write that they can't understand imprecatory psalms because they didn't experience persecution. Well, Jesus in this chapter clearly stated, but they persecuted me. They hated me with no reason. They hate you for no reason, and they'll persecute you because you're not greater than ultimately than me, right? So they've persecuted me. They're going to persecute you. Okay, so now we can then proceed with the introduction, the introduction is done now, and we can proceed and start with verse 1.